We're going to check in with our friend James, who's on that on-ramp into Los Angeles for part 2 of the video, because his video was like 39 minutes long. I can only do videos, the maximum I can do is 15 minutes. So we're going to check in with him, and I'm absolutely loving his channel, but I feel like he's just gotten, like he hasn't been to LA before, because most people that have been there now, as far as the tent cities and all that going on, that's at a whole new level. I understand that. That's poverty at a whole new level that we have not seen in this country before. And it's going to spread to other parts of the country. Things happen there first, and then they spread, and eventually it happens here. So we're going to see that. But as far as, like, because, like, oh, he's like, this is the real Hollywood. This is something that I found out in 2003 when I went to Los Angeles for the second time. I had been to Anaheim to go to Disneyland when I was a kid, when I was 11. And, but it wasn't until I went back and I ended up going to places like Riverside and on a bus. I was on a bus and I actually started crying. It was so disappointing. You know, my dad had continued to travel into Mexico, and I decided to go home. And it was very disappointing. Los Angeles was it's one of those cities that doesn't live up to the hype. When you go to San Francisco, you go to the Golden Gate Bridge, just these amazing views. You go, yeah, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, that's it. That's the Golden Gate Bridge. You go to Times Square. That's Times. Now that's another city that's really hyped, and it's like you go a little off it, and that New York can be crazy too, and it's a little bit disappointing. But it's like, yeah, I guess this is New York. You go to the Statue of Liberty exists. You know, that's the Statue of Liberty. That's at Ellis Island. You go to Hollywood and you see things. You know, some people are expecting to see Hollywood. They're expecting to see the glitz and glamour. And it is not visible to public view. It just simply doesn't, it's not visible. But there are a whole lot of people, a whole lot of desperate people that are there to see that. And they want to see that. And they want to be a part of it. And desperate people from all over the country, all over the world go there. And they see that it does not exist. It exists, but it's not to their view. It's gated off, and that's a scene that is not visible to them for the most part. I went to Rodeo Drive recently, and yeah, it's there. It's on Rodeo Drive. I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked that Rodeo Drive doesn't have a gate around it, so people like me can't get in, and others. People like James, we now know his name's James. But Hollywood, for the most part, is something that does not live up to the hype for most people, and it's not accessible as a tourist attraction. Whereas I've never been outside of the United States other than Tijuana one time. And you can New York and San Francisco and some other cities, Las Vegas. What you're expecting is kind of what you get to a certain extent. Ooh. Not Hollywood. Not fucking Hollywood. Right? When you say that, it's a little bit of a surprise.
What?
Hollywood is a little bit, it doesn't live up to the hype. It's like you're expecting something that you don't see,
more
right?
Like, yes.
A lot of homeless and
exactly.
Yeah. And now it's getting
Beverly Hills looks nice.
Right. It should be called Beverly Hills, not Hollywood. The film industry should be called Beverly Hills. Have a great one.
Look around us. Yeah. Look around us. Look at billions of dollars worth of buildings. Look. Billions and dollars worth of buildings. Billions.
California's the richest state.
The Lakers Center, right there. Right there. You see the sign? It's right there. The Staples Center, right there.
You're not the first person to tell me.
And Dude, you look amazing, man.
Thank you, man. You're not the first person to tell me that.
How you doing? James.
I'm good. I'm Kelly, man.
Kelly, nice to meet you, brother.
man.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Man, you're all decorated up, man.
Yeah, zero silver, you know, white gold, stuff like that.
Yeah?
People don't believe I'm homeless, man. They don't believe you can be homeless because you live
You're
with
homeless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, man. You look like
nobody
you're more decorated than General MacArthur.
But I am, man. I mean, you know, it's see, I'm not like other people here. Everybody else here has a drug issue.
I know that's what it is.
Yes,
It's meth, isn't it?
Crystal meth, heroin. Heroin is big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an epidemic all over the world. You know, and it's like you said. I mean, you got all this here, but I don't know if you read. You can look it up on your phone. Homeless in L.A. They have, I guess, the city councilman is finally trying to do something about it.
Trying.
Yeah, I guess
Finally.
he's doing something. He's finally doing
Man,
something.
there's years of stories of them dedicating millions of dollars and billions of dollars every year. Where is it going?
It's going in their pockets. Council people. It's going in their pockets.
I can't get over it, man. You look like a walking pawn shop.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. T would be proud to hang out with you.
I met Mr. T, man.
You
Yeah,
did?
He asked me, he said, you the entertainment industry. He told me I should.
What did he say? I pity the fool's got more jewels than me.
He's like, man, golly. He's like, wow, man, your style is good.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, it's me, you know. That's what I like, it's me, you know.
Yeah. So why are you hanging out up here on the hill? I mean,
my
it's like
tennis right
I mean,
there.
look. Oh, you live here too?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
I've been here about over a year, but I've been homeless about 3 years now.
How long have you been right here?
Right here, about over a year.
Over a year
About
here.
Almost, yeah.
And they don't ever come and say anything?
Well, the police have came in, you know, sent the sanitation crew to clean up. That's because people don't keep it clean. You see how I keep mine
Yeah,
clean?
yeah. It's
And look it up there.
I was over here a couple weeks ago and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And it's I
Mine
mean
is clean and theirs is filthy. See, the police won't bother you if you keep it clean.
keep it clean.
Just keep it clean. I mean, you know, if everybody keep it clean.
But this is a main entrance into look at this. That is a main entrance into downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I mean, the basketball players got to drive through there.
Yeah, they do.
The,
We met
the
some.
baseball players, the
We met
football
some.
players.
Oh yeah, we met some.
Don't
Met celebrities,
don't
yeah.
don't they say anything? Don't
Well-
they say, "Hey, what's going on with our city?"
Well, they do. I've had people pull up and go, man, I can't believe you're homeless, man. And then they say, well, how did you end up? You know, 'cause I know you like, I like everybody. Like, well, you know, hey, I lost my job, I lost my place. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a veteran?
No. Man, nope. You know, I mean, you know, so it's, but I'm going to get in soon, hopefully. And plus, like I told you, the city councilman finally said, well, they're going to, I guess, make a measure where they're going to put homeless people in hotels, motels, until they get, I guess it's going to be some kind of transitional housing until they get permanent housing.
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
That's what they say. I think it's bullshit, but that's what they say.
I mean, I drove past a church
Oh, yeah.
in, I think it was in West LA.
Yeah.
Gigantic piece of property.
Oh, cool.
Probably, I mean, the building was huge. The building looked like the Staples Center,
Oh, yeah.
with parking lot all the way around it, like it was a baseball park. And I'm thinking,
California's rich.
and I Googled it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that church has a program where they go into Skid Row and bring stuff to them.
Yeah.
Why the hell don't they just move Skid Row to that church? It's big enough.
True.
If they're really doing this good work, then save the people from Skid Row. Don't leave them.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, some of us wants to be, you know, like myself, want to, you know, get in. And I mean, I wasn't born out here. I wasn't, you know, born in the tent. I wasn't raised in the tent. So, I mean, you know, it's frustrating, you know, and it's just like the other people here, you know, the difference is between me and them, like I said, they're all friends. And, you know, I'm sure they don't want to be here either, you know.
But why not now? I'm from Florida. I've lived in Florida.
Okay.
And I've only been here a few months. There's homelessness in Florida. Don't get me wrong. I ain't seen nothing like this place. And I spent 2 months in New York in 2014, and it was bad.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing until I came
Nothing
here.
like here. No. And
Now-
here's the richest state.
Los Angeles County has per capita more millionaires and billionaires than any place in the world.
Of course. It's the
Now-
entertainment city.
Right. Now, in Florida, at night, the homeless, they find places to hide and sleep.
Yeah.
That you don't, you know, you might see people on a bench every once in a while or see somebody, but they find places where they're not seen, where they feel safe.
Yeah.
How
They
does
won't get bothered.
how does somebody feel safe sleeping along that
I know.
with Friday, Saturday night, all the people out drinking,
Drinking,
coming flying down? I mean, look at that guardrail; it's smashed.
I know.
You know?
I mean, I you know, do I feel safe? I mean, nah. Like you said, that right there, that's definitely a hazard.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
but I think though too, like, I mean, where else
Something to it.
will we go? Like, you know, like where else will we, you know what I'm saying, will we actually go? You know,
To in front of the damn city hall. You
yeah,
know?
Yeah, I mean,
In
you know,
front of the county building.
it's-
Set up the tents right there.
I know.
Go to Beverly Hills. See how long it lasts.
But you know what though? It's sad because, you know, like, you know, you see these telethons, these damn celebrities, and what's that, and big figures and people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they make a difference, I guess.
Yeah.
And they always telling people to raise their money. They don't ever raise their own money.
Yeah,
They raise
right.
their own money. Raise
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, LA, California is full of garbage ass people. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I was born here. I'm not like everybody else. If I was a big time star,
Oh, you were born here.
Yeah, I was born in Compton, raised in, you know, LA.
Oh, I thought you weren't from here.
No, a lot of people think that. They're like, nah, yeah, because, I mean, you know, I guess the way I.
Because you said you only been here a few years.
No, well, on the street. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay.
been on the street, yeah, for years, you know. But I believe if I was, you know, I mean, you know, if I had you know what I'm saying, a platform where I could, you know what I'm saying, I mean, be a voice of people.
This is it.
Yeah, I would be a financial.
And that's exactly the case. You know, they touched upon the fact that people, they see it and they don't want to do anything. And I'm gonna tell you a great example of that in just a second here. In 2008, I was homeless for a while. I didn't have a residence. I was bouncing around. I was staying with different people. I would be 2 weeks here. I would have to leave 2 weeks there, and there were a number of nights that I didn't have a place to stay, so I would have to stay on the streets. You know, just find any shelter I possibly could. Sneaking into an apartment complex. I had a friend that lived in an apartment complex. I snuck in there, stayed in the closet of an apartment that was open, ready to be rented, and was afraid to venture out, so I just stayed in the closet until about 6 a.m. But people don't want to do anything. Even homeless don't want to do anything. Recently, there's this guy always on a street corner. I always give him money. Every time I see him, I give him some change. And he's always on the same corner. And then one day, I didn't have enough money for the bus. And I said, can you just help me with 75 cents for the bus? He's like, no, I can't do it. I give you change. See, he's a rarity, but it's just to show you how people are. I give you change every time I see you, and you can't help me with 75 cents. Now, it's usually the opposite of that. Usually poor people are the first people that are going to help. Homeless, a guy has $1, he'll give you half of his net worth. He'll give you 50 cents. Whereas somebody that's a multimillionaire won't do a dime. That's normally how it is. But even homeless people have that mentality. Okay, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to make a part 3. I didn't want to have to make a part 3, but I'm gonna have to make a part 3 with this video. It's so great, and I want to show you every part of it. But you know, here's the problem that's going on right now with this channel. I want to do a comedy channel. I love comedy. I like laughing. I want to do, and I'm with you. F the political correctness. Believe me, I'm with you. But there's so much injustice going on, and there's so much corruption with our... Jimmy Dore is seeing this. There's so much corruption going on. This country is so messed up. It seriously is. That you can't do it. When you see what's going on, you can't do it. You have to try to expose what's going on, and that's not really comedy. So I would like to do a comedy channel, but unfortunately we're going to have to do this.